Hello there, all my niggers and bitches. I'm Zachary Shade, and I noticed that the internet loves top 10 lists. You have sites like BuzzFeed that are completely dedicated to lists, or just type in top 10 on YouTube, and there's a whole bunch of different lists from a ton of different channels. So I figured, what the hell? I'm missing out. I should get in on this action. But what can I do to be original? I don't want to just rehash things that other people have already done. So I decided that I'm going to bring you the top 10 lists no one asked for. So without further ado, here's episode 1, the top 10 sexiest dictators. Like any good top 10 list, let's start at the top with number 10. I even made little fancy intro cards. Actually, I should get my mom to check these out. Hey, Mom! 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 Number 10. Coming in at number 10 is Bashar Al-Assad, the Syrian president since 2000, although in the 2007 and 2000 elections he didn't even have anybody running against him. But enough about that. When he was younger with his scruffy beard, he had this bad boy kind of vibe going for him. And although as he got older he didn't stay a stud, he still managed to have this kind of hot high school principal vibe about him, you know? Number 9. Aw, look at the cute Will baby. The cute Will baby Hitler. Wait, what? Yeesh. Yes, I had to cheat and use a baby picture, but number 9 is Adolf Hitler, and I used the baby picture because that's the only picture I could find of him where you couldn't see the Jew hatred fire burning in his eyes. But everything aside, he's not a bad-looking dude. I mean, he even smiled once. And, you know, if you want to cheat and be like GQ or Maxim with their Hot 100 lists and Photoshop your pictures, you can get that mess off his face and he looks even better. Number 8. Mao Zedong. While you're probably used to seeing him with his toilet seat haircut, this 20th century dictator was quite a looker when he was younger. I would have let him take me to prom, if for no other reason than I could have aced all my math classes that semester. Number 7. Who's this strapping young lad? Why, it's none other than Saddam Hussein. Hey, you try being in your 60s living in exile and keeping up your good looks. When he was younger, though, he certainly wasn't short on them. Number 6. Coming in at number 6 is Nicolae Ceausescu. What is it?
Nicolae Ceausescu.
Nicolae Ceausescu?
Nicolae Ceausescu.
Nicolae Ceausescu?
Nicolae Ceausescu.
Fuck it. Whatever. This Romanian ended up looking like this. And even in his midlife, he wasn't the best. But check out this scorching hot pic. This is the straight-up Hollywood typecast of the trust fund kid who thinks he can get away with murder because he's rich and good-looking. And honestly, if I was the judge, I'd probably let him. Number 5. Starting off the top half of this list is Jean-Claude Duvalier. This Haitian man's name just oozes with "come into my bed." And while I don't know if I'd get into bed with this guy, I hella would with this fella. I can't tell if he's being sworn into office or the front man for a military-themed Motown group. I mean, just look at those sideburns. I want to stroke them. I want to stroke them. Number 4. Fidel Castro. Although political scientists aren't in agreement of whether or not he should be on this list, I'm including him because that is a sexy man right there. I imagine whenever we were done making love, he'd roll over and puff on that cigar like I was just puffing on his. Yeah. If you're not a fan of facial hair, well, he's still quite a cutie without it. Number 3. What? I made it this high on the list? That's right, you did, Benito Mussolini. And yes, I generally call people by their first and last names when addressing them, while remaining a little bit of a dilf later on in life. As you turn back the clock, things only get better. He starts looking a little too much like Alan Tudyk, who played Wash in Firefly, and you turn it back a little bit more and he becomes a straight-up stud muffin. Hot damn! Number 2. Muammar Gaddafi, seen here doing his best NWA-era Ice Cube impression, was quite the hottie when he was younger. I mean, look at that hair. I bet he was the kind of guy who brought an acoustic guitar to parties with him and just got all the chicks. But even as he got older, he maintained his heat. I mean, look at that. He looks like a goddamn Arabic Rob Lowe right there. But there's still one person higher on this list who maintained their looks through their whole life.
Number 1.
Oh my God. Look at that gorgeous hunk of man meat. My genitalia is not even supposed to function this way, but I am gushing wet down there right now. Joseph Stalin runs away with first place on this list. Even in his later years, he could have given Burt Reynolds a run for his money, and that's not a fair comparison for anybody. I can only imagine that on top of all the other obstacles, during his ascension to the throne, he probably had to fuck his way through a mountain of pussy. Whew. If you like this video, be sure to let me know by leaving a like or a comment or subscribing to my channel, and I will be putting more of these out as soon as I get a chance.